Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Volta Premier Ho and Menuveve Aflao, Lolonyo FM Ho, Kekeli FM Ho. Get radio, TV and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, NDC's Asin North candidate James Gyakye Quayson urges High Court to review its earlier order, asking that his case be heard on a day-to-day basis, as he insists it will hamper his campaign for the June 27 polls.
So are you telling me all the rest of my supporters don't understand what's going on? I said it. Even if they want to give me a bedroom in the court, I still know will still wait for me.
We have details of that. Also, flag bearer aspirant of the governing NPP says the country is currently in difficult times under the Akufo-Addo government and promises to restore hope if elected.
These are difficult times, I admit, but all difficult times require new leadership and new thinking.
We'll hear more from Gyakye Quayson and in business.
Cedi could come under pressure this week following the unexpected rise in inflation and the probability of an interest rate hike by the U.S. Federal Reserve. Details on the Joy Business Report.
And later on the National Science and Math Quiz, Islamic Senior High School Tamale turns contenders into spectators in a masterful win.
What will you do to protect FM? We'll contest them and beat them. You do what? We'll contest them, like, and beat them. They'll evaporate.
I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details shortly. NDC's Asin North candidate James Gyakye Quayson is urging an Accra High Court to review its earlier decision that his case be heard daily. He's accused of committing crimes of forgery and perjury, with a new trial schedule set to begin today. The court last week announced the schedule following an application by the Attorney General. Mr. Quayson, who was unhappy about the development, insisted it will not affect the likelihood of him winning the June 27 by-election.
All the gimmicks they're playing in the courts and whatnot. Maybe I may be blind, or maybe I may not understand the system, or maybe I'm just not in tune. So are you telling me all the rest of my supporters don't understand what's going on? I said it. Even if they want to give me a bedroom in the court, I still know will still wait for me. If they want me to see me in court every hour, which means I can't leave, they should give me a chamber to sleep there. I'm still going to stand strong and tall and fight for my people.
Well, his lawyers have filed court processes asking the court to reconsider the move. Legal Affairs correspondent Joseph Agable joins me with details. Joseph, what more are we learning?
And so they first raise issues with the fact that they do not believe that they have received the full complement of the evidence the Attorney General intends to use against them in the trial. They also accuse the AG of making unjustifiable comments, specifically the point that the case can be heard on a daily basis because Mr. Quayson is being selfish for contesting despite knowing his standing trial. They add that they have another application at the Supreme Court which will be heard on June 22, as well as the current court schedule of 20 to 23rd, meaning that his campaign for the by-election will be affected. And so he therefore wants the court to either review that decision or vary it.
All right, thank you very much, Joseph Akable. Now, former Energy Minister Gyakye Quayson says the country is currently going through difficult times under the Akufo-Addo government. According to him, Ghanaians have lost hope and are therefore calling for new leadership, a reason he has presented himself for the flag bearership contest. Mr. Quayson made this assertion after filing his nomination forms to contest the primaries.
A new leadership that will turn the corner and make lives better than we see it today. These are difficult times, I admit, but all difficult times require new leadership and new thinking. Yes, the MPP, we've done very well, but I can tell you we can do better and we must do better. We cannot rest on our oars and pat ourselves on the back for what we did yesterday.
Also, former Agric Minister Dr. Efri Akoto has meanwhile touted his achievements under the Akufo-Addo government while indicating that he's coming into the race with an agenda of transforming the country through agriculture.
I can assure you, the same way I was able to bring agriculture to the front line of policy discussion in the same way that agriculture will be used to take us out of the clutches of the IMF. Because the agricultural sector in this country has great potential, and we haven't even scratched the surface of it.
We stay on the NPP race. The campaign team of the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is rejecting claims of abuse of incumbency. All other flag-bearer aspirants who served in government have resigned to contest, but the Vice President remains at post. Member of the campaign team, Dr. Gideon Boako, has been offering his explanation.
He's not going to be the first vice president to contest for internal elections in the country. We saw Professor Mills, may he so rest in peace, he was vice president, he contested internal elections. We saw President Mahama, he was the president, he contested elections. Vice President Bawumia is not moving out of the convention and the practice that has been laid down. Somebody was asking why is he using work hours to do politics. That has been the convention. But in any case, this vice president has never gone on leave for the past 6.5 years. So he has some accumulated leave he can take to do some of these things.
Dr. Gideon Boako is a member of the campaign team for the Vice President. Now, a Joy News research has uncovered how agents of the opposition NDC took advantage of the NPP's broken promises to brand Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a liar. This is in the form of coordinated sharing of tweets by 28 accounts using the copy-paste technique to entrench the quote liar end quote narrative. There's more in the following report.
In all humility, to contest in the primary of this phenomenal party.
When Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia formally announced his decision to run for president, the hashtag Bawulaya popped up in Ghana's Twitter trends. As of March 2023, over 1,110 Twitter users had used it, created 24 million impressions, and reached over 5.69 million people. We identified Twitter user @SamiJemfi_ as the second most influential account in respect of the Bawulaya trend. The top 3 tweets were by @SamiJemfi_. We also identified Twitter account with username @AnanPerry as the most influential account in respect of the hashtag Bawulaya narrative. The framing of the vice president as a liar appears to have gained some ground. Dr. Bawumia's photos dominate the image tab upon a Google search for who is the biggest liar in Africa. This could be the result of Google bombing, a technique where a website is pushed to rank highly for irrelevant or off-topic search terms by amassing lots of connection to it, similar to how Donald Trump was linked to the word idiot in 2018.
Now, the Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, says only 11 of the over 300 traditional authorities in Ghana have codified lines of succession. This, he believes, accounts for a number of chieftaincy disputes during installation. The ministry, together with the traditional authorities, are working towards codification of the line of succession of all the traditional areas. Nana Yaljima has more on the following report.
According to the Chieftaincy Minister, about 70% of issues threatening national security are related to chieftaincy issues. Mr. Asamoah Boateng says the government will resource the traditional councils to ensure succession lines are codified.
Those who are inheriting from their fathers are patrilineal also know is a man and his sons. And so if you are not there, how can you buy royalty? You can't. And so these are the things my ministry is looking forward to do quickly, which is the codification. About 11 traditional councils have done it all over the country. Over 300 traditional councils, only 11. So which means I have a job to do to speed up very quickly.
Now to the National Science and Maths Quiz. In a masterful display, Tamale Islamic Senior High School turned their contenders, Vitane Senior High School, Zabzuko Senior High School, and Tatale EP Agric Senior High School into spectators at the first contest of the Northern Regional Qualifiers. Emmanuel Bright Kweku has more from Tamale.
I must say, they have won their contest against Zabzugu. The target was to actually go beyond our last year's mark, which was 81 points, and we are at 64 points. This team that we are presenting are veterans. They were in second year, now they are in the final year. So there's all conviction that this year we are going to make a mark. St. Augustine's College, I know they are also preparing, but they should watch out for Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School. What will you do to protect and
We'll contest them and beat them.
You do what?
We'll contest them, and beat them. They'll evaporate.
We are not just qualifying for the national, but this time around we are going with Fires Lions. We are going to bring the trophy for the first time into Northern Region in the name of God.
Emmanuel Bright Kirkus report there, ending the bulletin. In our top story, NDC's Asin North candidate James Gyakye Quayson has urged the High Court to review its earlier order asking that his case be heard daily, insisting it will hamper his campaign for the June 27 by-election. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.